Hello, hello, everyone. It has been a very long time. It's been about 2 weeks. We're back. We're here. Pressing Matters, episode 35. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I hope you guys have been enjoying this FIFA World Cup. A lot of things I want to talk to you guys about that have occurred in the last 2 weeks, and it's the reason why we haven't had an episode in the last 2 weeks, but I have been traveling a lot internationally and domestically, and it has hindered our recordings and our live sessions. But I'm currently right back here at home in very, very hot Miami, Florida, in my backyard, and we are here, and I hope everyone's having a great evening. But I'll tell you guys, so I was in Atlanta for the World Cup, and from there I was in Madrid, Spain. Then I was in Washington, D.C. For our nation's 250th birthday. And then this Sunday I will be leaving to the Bahamas for a couple days for my birthday, which is on Monday. We'll be turning 28 years old. But anyways, this is my off season. The summer is my off season, and it's really a time where I get to be out and away from Miami. A lot of the summer, just because again, once we hit late August all the way till May or late May, it's really it's hard at times, except for the holidays, to get away from Miami, and it's all full-on work mode and all the games we've got going on and scheduled. So the summer is really my downtime to relax and get away. So yeah, I was in Atlanta, Czech Republic, South Africa for that match at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then you ask, why was I in Madrid? Well, I'll tell you. I was in Madrid because I graduated with my master's degree. Some of you may have heard on our Plug Talk Sports live show on Monday nights with the full team. But I was graduating at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, home of Real Madrid, with my master's in sports business management from the Escuela Real Madrid, Universidad Europea. And let me tell you, it's hot here, but Madrid was hot. Very, very hot, and the sun really it doesn't set. I mean, it doesn't set till 10 p.m. So it's kind of weird. Got to close your blinds if you're trying to wind down for the day. But it was a phenomenal graduation, and obviously just being able to sit there and look around and graduate at the Santiago Bernabéu, the cathedral of football, cathedral of soccer. And, of course, my boyhood club and a club that I am a socio of, a member. And it was phenomenal. Very, very phenomenal. I enjoyed it. And, of course, did some sightseeing and ate, patatas bravas, had myself a Mau beer. Obviously the whole 9 yards that I got to do when you're in Madrid. And then, of course, D.C. D.C. was also very hot. It was under a heat dome. I think the heat index was reaching 112 one day. So that was absolutely insane as well. I literally was walking down the streets of D.C. pouring water on top of my head. But it was phenomenal. I mean, it started off bad, our 4th of July, thinking that everything was going to be canceled because of severe thunderstorms in the D.C. area. And luckily, the weather pulled away, and 11 p.m., a little later than it was supposed to start, it started, and I was able to witness 45 minutes of fireworks, the longest firework display in world history, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It was once in a lifetime to be able to be in our nation's capital, to be able to see that. And I won't be seeing the next one. My children won't be seeing the next one. The grandchildren won't be seeing the next one. Obviously 250 years from now. So it was amazing just to be there and with family and a bunch of other Americans that were very patriotic to be there and celebrate this beautiful country. But again, let's get into the soccer we are in the midst of the World Cup actually winding down. There's only, I believe, 10 more days of this tournament, and that'll be it. And we'll have to wait another 4 years to see the next one, which is Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. And people have asked me, have I been enjoying this World Cup? I had a lot of high expectations. Obviously, first one since '94 on our home soil, but I mean, a lot of the games were not up to par. There's only been a few games that I've been like, wow, that was a phenomenal game, and that game was exciting and had golazos in it. That's honestly how I have felt. I think that, and this we'll get into in a bit, but the officiating in this World Cup has been absolutely atrocious. Rules are applied in one game, and then the same rules are not applied in another. So it leaves a gray area. Okay, so then what are the rules? There's a lot of scandalous things that have been happening in this World Cup. That's terrible. And yeah, we'll get a little bit into that in a bit. But again, right now, France today taking down Morocco. I predicted that would happen in a rematch from the last World Cup. France flying high into the semifinals. 2-0 win over Morocco. Kylian Mbappé leading the tournament in goals. Player of the tournament so far. And he's just an animal. He is a different animal. He's a beast. And I still think France is the best team in this tournament right now. My Spain's still alive. They'll be playing Belgium tomorrow. I think that Spain will defeat Belgium at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And they'll face France, which, listen, I'm realistic. I'm not one that sugarcoats things, hides things, and tries to be biased. I don't think Spain beats France. I think France is playing a lot better and has more talent and is a better team. Obviously, we know that Spain wins because they play together on a team and they work hard and they're all on the same page. But I think that France is too much, and I don't think that Spain has someone like Kylian Mbappé or Ousmane Dembélé. I think it will be too much. Obviously, Spain has broken a record now of being the first team through 6 games of the FIFA World Cup that has not conceded a goal. That's phenomenal. It's been a great defense from Pau Kouassi, Aymeric Laporte, Marc Cucurella. They've been great, but I think France will give them a hard time and a run for the money. So, I mean, I see France going back into the final. Then we got the other side. We got Switzerland against Argentina, and we've got England and Norway. Norway, man, where Erling Haaland, they eliminate Brazil, which Brazil never looked too good either, in my opinion. And I saw them in person when they played Scotland here in Miami. They didn't look that impressive, which sucks because obviously I love Vinny as a Madridista. I love Vinny. And, of course, as a Madridista, you can't hate on Don Carlo Ancelotti. Love him as well. But didn't look good at all. And we go to Norway against England. I think that it'll be a good matchup, but I think England takes it. Switzerland, Argentina, I can't tell you what's going to happen there. I think that Argentina has been playing like dog water in this tournament. I mean, they've already been almost eliminated twice by less far superior teams in Cabo Verde and Egypt. So I think when they run into a real test, a tough team, it'll be interesting to see. I think Argentina looks tired. But again, there's controversy, which again I'll get into in a bit. United States, we talk about the U.S. men's national team. We talked about this on Monday night on our show right after the 4-1 loss to Belgium. Obviously, a lot of people are making the whole big deal about the red card to Folarin Balogun and how President Trump called Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, that just asked for a review. And after the review, obviously this is a couple days after the red card was issued, the red card was rescinded and Balogun was clear to play. But this is not like Balogun was our best player. Obviously, for years now, last couple years, we have considered Captain America, our best player, to be Christian Pulisic, who got some heat from Carly Lloyd, honestly a legendary U.S. women's national team player, and rightfully so. I don't think that this was a particularly good World Cup for Christian Pulisic. Obviously, he skipped the Gold Cup because he wanted to be ready for this World Cup. And we didn't see much. Obviously, there's a lot of people getting on his case right now and a lot of criticism. But I don't blame him because it did not look from the start of this tournament that he was healthy. We know what Christian Pulisic can do when healthy. But again, he's had in his career a lot of time of missing games due to injury. And I think that this was a squad with the way that they started out this tournament, absolutely hammering home Paraguay, which we saw what Paraguay went on to do. We had high expectations. This was a team that we feel could have been playing tomorrow against Spain in the quarterfinal. And obviously, I would have thought that the quarterfinal, that's it would have been end for the U.S. against Spain, unfortunately. But like once again, it's another third straight World Cup for the U.S. where it's a round of 16 exit, and it's the second time by Belgium and Matt Freese. I mean, what the hell are you doing? It looked like you had a mental reset and absolutely just glitched, and I couldn't, I spazzed out when I saw it happen. I spazzed out on Monday night on the Plug Talk Sports live show. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was a complete and utter meltdown that we were seeing right in front of our eyes. And it was sad. It was very sad to see the United States go out the way that they did. And again, with the whole controversy, look, I don't care. I don't mind it. I don't think it was going to impact the game. Look at Formula One. We'll give you a perfect example from this year. Pierre Gasly finishes third place, P3 at the Monaco Grand Prix. And obviously, for folks that don't watch Formula One, P1, P2, P3 get on the podium. And so, this is a big deal. The most luxurious, historic race in all of Formula One, the Monaco Grand Prix. And this guy gets P3, but due to a penalty, he gets demoted and doesn't get the podium. But his team asked for a review, and they asked for an appeal. And after a couple days of the review, they said there was indeed no penalty, and he got P3 back, and he got the trophy. So I think if something like that, like a sport, Formula One, if they can go back and get the call correct, I don't see what's wrong with FIFA doing this. Obviously, I have my feelings about FIFA. I think that FIFA is the most corrupt organization in the entire world. But if you're going to go back and make a call correct, I have no problem with that because it was not a red card on Fuller and Balogun. If it was a red card on Balogun, it should have been a red card on Messi since day one against Algeria, which was 10 times worse than what we saw from Balogun. But where we are right now as a federation in the United States, I keep Mauricio Pochettino. I liked what he did at this World Cup. I liked the culture that he was instilling in the U.S. men's national team. Is there players that I think that the U.S. shouldn't have brought or the U.S. should have brought? Maybe one or two. But I think assessing this team now heading into the next cycle, preparing for the next World Cup in 2030 and trying to qualify for it, there needs to be some roster changes. Like Serginho Dest, I didn't think should have been there. Who else? The goalkeeper situation, we're going to have to assess whether it's Matt Freese or Matt Turner. Both of them enter this World Cup not in form and not doing good. There's a couple of roster spots that they're going to have to really look at. And the question is Christian Pulisic going to be the leader of this team? Is he going to be the man that's going to lead this U.S. men's national team to further heights in a World Cup that they haven't before in history? The only once have they reached the quarterfinals in World Cup history, and that was in the 30s. So who's going to do it? And so a lot of people are doubting Christian. He got really seriously injured from this past game. Now, you ask me, my personal opinion, it's tough because I do like Christian Pulisic. I do think that he is the best American player talent-wise and career-wise that we have had. But I still need to see some of that grit and determination from him that we've seen in guys like Clint Dempsey, Landon Donovan. I need to see more from him. And, I'll leave you with that. I need to see more from Christian Pulisic. If he wants to be viewed as the leader and the captain of this team and the star player of this team. Now, we're going to get into the juicy stuff. The stuff that I want to talk about. And I just want to say, for anyone who's listening that gets offended by this, I don't care. You're probably biased. You're probably a Messi fanboy, an Argentina fanboy. And my job is not to, excuse my language, my job here is not to kiss ass. My job here is to call it how I see it. Try to say the truth. And not be blind. To be honest, a lot of people are blind. And so, Argentina. I don't think they look good. I don't. They have the talent. But I don't think they look good. We look at this game against Egypt. We don't even need to talk about Egypt. Go back to the first game against Algeria, where it should have been a red card for Messi. All I need to say, folks, is that as of yesterday, there's now 2 criminal investigations into the Argentine Football Federation. One for racism, because they have racially abused iShowSpeed, the YouTube streamer, twice at 2 different games. But the response from people is, "Oh, you're just a hater. You're just hating on them because they're winning." No, I'm not, because every single game or every single thing that every time something happens, who is it? Who is behind the issue? It's this damn country of Argentina. They're behind it all the time. Every single time there's a problem, it's them. Why is it that every single game that happens for Argentina, it ends in some sort of controversy that happens with the referee? Why is it every single game? So the racism, it's absolutely disgusting. The fans are behaving like pigs. Number 2, we're talking about now corruption. The FBI is now looking into the Argentine Football Federation for corruption and payments of $300 million, and also what is going on in their offices that they established here in the city of Miami. And of course, behind all the culprit is the Argentine Federation President Chiquitapia, who can't be more corrupt. But of course, Argentina fans and Messi fanboys will say, "Oh, but it's about the federation. It doesn't have to do with the players." Keep believing that. You're going to tell me that if you're going to do tax evasion, wire fraud, bribery, corruption, it's just going to be with finances from, our office in Miami or the Argentine League, back in home in Argentina. Give me a break, folks. Wake up. Smell the coffee. And the only ones that aren't waking up and smelling the coffee are, again, those who are blinded, that are Messi fanboys and Argentina fanboys. Because the world is waking up. Just go read the internet. The world is waking up. Everyone that I have talked to has said that either A, this game against Egypt was absolutely robbed and it was absolutely obvious, I've gotten phone calls from people asking me what I thought because they thought it was robbed. There's no integrity. If this happens, and I'll tell you this, if Argentina wins this World Cup, there's no integrity in the sport anymore. There's no honesty, there's no truth, there's no integrity in the sport anymore. Why? Because they wanted to protect a player who, again, I think is an all-time great. I do think he's an all-time great. Do I think he is the greatest? No, I don't. But he is probably the most protected player, more than Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, more than LeBron James in the NBA. He is probably the most protected athlete that I have ever seen on this planet. Even in the MLS, he is protected. And it's clear and obvious that FIFA wants him in Argentina to get back to the final. They're sucking all game long. Oh, and just all of a sudden, they decide that they're going to be good. After we saw card after card after card after card for Egypt start coming out of the referee's pocket after Argentina's first goal. They call back a goal which happened about 20 years ago. They call back a goal because an Egyptian player stepped on an Argentinian's toe. But then we go back to the other end, and the same thing happens to Mo Salah. Don't even bother checking. They didn't even bother checking. It's blatant corruption, ladies and gentlemen, that we are seeing right in front of our eyes. But don't you worry. They can get away from this in South America because it's the wild, wild west down there. But not in the United States of America. The Department of Justice will get down to this. They will get down to this. The same way Sepp Blatter, ex-FIFA president, is still in hiding in Switzerland because the moment he steps into an airport, into an airplane, he is going to be handcuffed by American authorities. And my question to you is, when you go to bed at night, do you want to be on the right side of history? Knowing that you pointed something out that may be wrong? Or is your love just an admiration for one player going to make you blind to what is happening and what is wrong? Who are you going to be? I know where I am at. I know I'm going to be on the right side of history. Whether that investigation comes out today or it comes out tomorrow, a year now, 2 years from now, the truth always comes out. It always does. And we might be here years later watching a Netflix documentary on how Argentina rigged the World Cup. And maybe even rigged 2022 as well. I won't be shocked. It won't shock me one bit. And if it does happen, I would not want to be a person that said, wow, I defended tooth and nail to the death to say that they weren't cheating or there wasn't some sort of fraud or corruption. I'd feel bad about myself as a person that I was not open-minded to at least take a look, to look at other perspectives, to look at other opinions about this situation. So I'm asking you guys to be open-minded. Look into it. Instagram is going to feed you algorithm that you want to see. So obviously you're going to watch little messy highlights and nothing else. Are you going to watch just Fox News or CNN? Or are you going to watch both and get different perspectives and opinions and be a more well-rounded individual? Who are you going to be? I challenge you that. And I leave you with that. Of who you decide to be in this issue. The FBI just doesn't open investigations for fun. They open investigations when there is a good tip or a good piece of intelligence data that they have received that they could look into something. It's all over the internet. This World Cup's already smeared for Argentina. 2 criminal investigations inside one World Cup, with the majority of the world saying anyone but Argentina, please someone take them out. With another road of Candyland to the World Cup final. It'll get good now in the quarterfinals and semifinals. And if they continue to playing the way that they're playing, they're out. Should have been out. Or just a couple of phone calls will be made in the last 10 minutes of a game. More cards will start coming out. More results will change. If you've made it this far, I applaud you. If you haven't, I encourage you to grow thicker skin. It's good to keep an open mind. And that's all I have to say about that matter. And it was a pressing matter. And I'm sure as weeks and days go along and people get into more arguments and Argentines defend their home turf, as they always will, more things will happen. It's already an embarrassment that you're under 2 criminal investigations. And I wish you and them all the luck in the world, especially when you're facing the Department of Justice of the United States of America, the greatest country in the world. I wish you well. Because at the end of the day, I'm not under criminal investigation. You are. So with that, I wish you well. And the day if something happens, it'll be like Christmas morning. And I will laugh and laugh at all those who defended it. It's time for our team of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our team of the week. And our team of the week has to be Switzerland. Shout out to my friends who are Swiss, my good friends who are Swiss. And I have myself a Swiss jersey because I am good friends with them. I am honorary Swiss. Hope Swiss. Amazing from Switzerland, defeating Colombia in a penalty shootout to reach the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup. They now have the big dogs in Argentina. Obviously, you didn't see what I just said, so it'll just be them against Argentina and FIFA. But can they do it? Can they knock out Argentina? They already should be so proud of themselves of how far, after a bad start to this tournament, they have gone far. For Switzerland standards, probably further than they ever have been before. So for that is why Switzerland is your team of the week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed our first episode back after 2 weeks due to my travel, episode 35 of Pressing Matters. I hope, once again, you guys are enjoying it. We got a lot of more good content on the way. Dolphins training camp right around the corner. We're going to have coverage of that. We have more Plug Talk Sports Barbershop Talks on the way. But again, we appreciate all of your support here at Plug Talk Sports from behalf of myself, Brandon, and Giancarlo. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week for a new episode of Pressing Matters.